Bene. Un caro saluto a tutte le persone collegate.
Greetings to all the people connected with us in this final moment. It is the final moment. We are at the final moment of this 10th International Symposium that the World Center of Humanist Studies has organized this year, with the title Utopias in Progress, Pathways to the Universal Human Nation. Surely this is the right time to thank all the speakers who have given life and filled these days with utopias, and thank the universities, institutions, and many organizations that have hosted the face-to-face sessions and made available technologies and tools.
E messo a disposizione tecnologie e strumenti. Ringraziamo ovviamente.
We obviously thank the organizers and above all the volunteers, the technicians, the translators, the presenters, who have allowed the event to be organized, but also filled spontaneously.
Riempito questo evento in modo spontaneo. Ringraziamo infine tutti voi.
Finally, we thank all of you, all the participants who have followed online or in person the activities that have been proposed. Since Thursday, May 8th, for 4 days until today, there have been more than 120 activities, including conferences, roundtables, seminars, conversations, videos, and other initiatives proposed in one or more than 5 official languages. Many people from different countries and cultures have shared this online event with us, or they have met in the 12 face-to-face points where the symposium took place. Many have been the study topics that have touched the fields of science, education, politics, economy, human rights, nonviolence, gender discrimination, ecology, psychology, spirituality, and much more. We started with some questions 4 days ago. What images and experiences can guide us on this path of reconciliation and resistance to violence? What proposals to feed to renew our societies, involving new generations? And finally, what myths and what spirituality can give strength, depth, and meaning to our actions? Here, we are sure that in formulating these questions, this symposium was a place where new hopes were born. New inspirations have appeared. Those utopias that have guided and are guiding the human being towards a new evolutionary leap have been fed. These questions that we ask ourselves are powerful requests that we make to our wisest and deepest guides, so that they show us the paths that each of us can take to reach the utopia that is in the title of this symposium, the Universal Human Nation.
La Nazione, Humana, Universale.
It is in this image that we recognize the possibility for the human being to get out of mental barbarism, which still imprisons him in behaviors of violence and overreaction, and instead raises his conscience towards love and compassion. It is in this image that we identify the world we want to build, the people we want to meet, but above all the people we want to be. It is in this image that I ask you now to concentrate your minds and your hearts to declare our commitment together, to work every day to germinate the seeds of good knowledge inside and outside of us. I invite you to join me in this ceremony of ethical commitment, which was formulated for the first time during the first symposium of the World Center of Humanist Studies entitled Ethics in Knowledge, and which was held in 2008 in the Punta de Vacas Study and Reflection Park in Argentina, in the presence of Silo. I will ask you at some point to open your microphones and to participate with me by reading the text on the screen in the language you prefer. We are in a world in which many are still willing to sell their knowledge and their own knowledge for any purpose. This has led to covering our planet with death machines. Others have used their ingenuity to invent means in order to manipulate, silence and numb people's consciousness. But there are also, in different latitudes, men and women who use science and knowledge to overcome misery, hunger, pain and suffering, to give voice and trust to the oppressed. Today, at the beginning of the third millennium, the survival of humanity is threatened and a nightmare of violence, war, and nuclear hecatombs lies on our land. For this reason, we express our commitment today to use knowledge only for the well-being and development of the human being. You can now open the microphones and read with me. I choose and commit myself to advance the development of knowledge beyond what is accepted as absolute truth. I commit myself to apply this knowledge only for the well-being of humanity, to overcome pain and suffering.
Prometo aplicar este conocimiento solo para el bienestar del ser humano, para la superación del dolor y del sufrimiento.
Good knowledge leads to justice. Good knowledge leads to reconciliation. Good knowledge also leads to reveal the sacred in the depth of consciousness.
We call all universities, research institutions, professional associations, social and cultural organizations to institute this ethical commitment in order to ensure that knowledge is used only to overcome pain and suffering, to humanize the earth. Peace, force, and joy for all.
Paz, fuerza y alegría.
Para ti, paz, fuerza y
para
alegría.
todos y
Todos,
todas,
paz, fuerza y alegría.
Paz y
Más fuerza y alegría para todos.
Fuerza y alegría, amigos.
Paz, fuerza y alegría.
Gracias.
Fuerza y alegría.
Paz,
Muchas gracias.
Alegría.
Paz,
Forza, gioia per tutti.
Por un mundo humanitario.
E con questa potente cerimonia terminiamo.
And with this powerful ceremony, we end the symposium. Our wish is to see you again in 2 years' time for a new edition, here online, but also in presence, in the many study and reflection parks around the world.
Muchas gracias.
In the many universities and in the halls of the organization that have collaborated with us to relaunch and give strength to the image that unites us, the universal human nation.
Muchas gracias.
Para tener más,
Gracias, gracias a tutti.
Viva la nación humana universal.
Gracias.
Porque yo conozco, cuando veo una
Chao, chao, chao.
Gracias.
compro para toda la
Paz,
familia,
fuerza,
para los
alegría.
amigos.
Pero no porque uno
Paz,
se
fuerza y
vaya.
alegría.
No, porque tengo más.
Genial.
Ya, pero-
¿Dónde
Hermoso.
queda la cajita?
Felicidades.
Bellísimo.
Hermosa presentación.